back to my channel. My name is Annalise and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. Today I will be sharing some tips on how you can move to Canada fast, especially through school. That's the route I took. Of course, there are many paths to come into Canada, but today what I'll be focusing on is through education. So I guess I should tell you why I chose this path. As I have mentioned in my vlog, and I guess in probably another how to video, I actually decided to come to Canada way many years ago when I just left UTech, University of Technology Jamaica, with my bachelor's degree. I did take some steps towards coming here. I did my IELTS, got a really good score on that. I paid for the West certification to show or to get my Jamaican bachelor's degree validated by matching the standard against the Canadian one. I paid, I think, almost 30,000 Jamaican dollars for that way back in like 2015, or it was a long time ago that I paid for these things. So I spent a lot of money, and I actually got a provincial nomination to move to Ontario. And in the end, like, they wanted me to show a certain amount of money, which I didn't have at the time. I was young and dumb. I'm gonna say that. You don't realize you're young and dumb until you look back and you're like, was that really the best decision? Yes, I did get a provincial nomination, and I did not take it because even though my father was willing to help me financially, at the time I was like, oh man, no, I don't want him to be, investing all this money into me. And then I started to psych myself out pretty much. And, I didn't want to leave my family. I didn't want to leave my family. And yeah, I pretty much taught myself out of that situation. I'm just analyzing some of this too. I'm thinking, like, I use that, the fact that I'd be placing a financial burden on my father, to really say, let's not do it, because he was willing. So yeah, don't be like me. Don't do that. Hey, I'm editing the video. I just want to say, my father had just finished paying for my degree, my sister's degree, and my younger sister was coming up as well. Even at that time, I wanted to switch to law. The law school, they actually sent me a message inviting me to apply, and I was just like, oh my god, this is just way too much money. Ladies and gentlemen, your parents are supposed to actually pay for your education, so don't feel badly about your parents parenting you. Yes, you definitely do not want to waste their money, but when it comes onto your education or things that can help you to be in the position that you want to be in, take the help, take the money, okay? So don't be like me, take the help. Also, I'm not saying be a burden on your family when you're in a position to work for yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're in university, when you're in your early 20s, and you're literally just finishing, you're just closing out your youth, basically. Yes, you're legally an adult at 18. What money do you have at 18? What money do you have at 22? Generally, like, if it is that you've been going to school that entire time, what money do you have? You get me? So if your family is willing to do what they're supposed to do, which is take care of you financially and put you in the best position to then take care of yourself, take the help, because you can then repay all of that to them at a later date. You get me? If you choose to do so. It's also not your responsibility to do so, but if you have a good family that has been taking care of you, you are obviously going to do that for them in turn. Yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So yeah, back to the video. I know it's, let's say, hindsight is 2020, but I will say this: if you're getting help, take the help, because even now I still had to take the help to come here, and I'm in my 30s now. I'm 34, and I'm here because I want to just make over my life. Life has not been going as planned, so I just need to take, that next step to make sure that I create the life for myself that I want. And one of those steps is, coming here and doing my MBA. So yes, as I said, I made that decision a long time ago, but last year, I would say maybe in the middle of the year, I decided that, I am going to, no, it was nearer to the start of the year, because I was working in insurance sales at one of the biggest insurance company in Jamaica. And it was going okay, but it wasn't going great. It was a lot stressful. But the work environment, I enjoyed it a lot. But I needed a little break, even though it was just about a year in. I needed a break, and I decided, I need to follow the path that I actually saw for myself, which is, living in Canada, and creating the life that I want for myself and possibly my future family. Before I get started, I'll just say, I am building a community here. I have mostly vlogs posted right now, but I will be doing more in this how to series. It will be quite a long series, because I want to share as much information as possible to, inspire persons to go after their dreams, to take those steps, those practical steps, to making their dreams become a reality. So yeah, this is the second video I'm recording in the how to series, and this one is how to move to Canada fast through applying to school. So I do have a script here which I'll be following because I don't want to leave anything out. And just keep in mind that this is the process I followed. It is, in my opinion, one of the most expensive paths. There are some other paths you can follow. This one does require you to have quite a lot of money at hand, and I would say go on the Canadian website just to see how much you would need as an individual versus as a family. All right, I won't be giving those numbers here because they do change from time to time, inflation and such. Yeah. All right, so if you haven't subscribed as yet, go ahead and subscribe to join the community. I will be community to join the community. I will be posting a new vlog every single Friday, so you'll see some more of what it's actually like to live in Canada. Even though I don't really go out, I know there are persons like me who don't really leave the house much, so it's still relevant to you. And yeah, I drop a new video every Friday at 5 p.m. PST or 7 p.m. EST. That's like Jamaica time, EST. All right, cool. So step one, research. So you have to actually do your research on the types of universities that you'll be able to apply to, like based on the scores that you have already. Research that the careers that are that are paying the most, because you don't want to make this big move just to work for nothing. So research the careers that are growing the fastest, the ones that are likely to be around in the future, and the degrees that help you to earn the most money. You can also check the ranking of the schools that you'll be applying to, just to make sure that the quality of the degree that you'll be getting is something that's actually worth it. Mind you, an MBA is an MBA at the end of the day, but some employers will be looking at the school that the MBA is coming from. So just do some research to make sure that your school has a good reputation. All right, next, in the same researching vein, if you're on a budget like me and most other students and most other humans in the world, just make sure that you consider the school fee of the different schools alongside the ratings, and find some kind of balance there to make sure that you apply to a school that is not too expensive but also has good academic standing. All right, next, step 2. Now this is a step that actually made the process I would say expedient and also kind of simple for me. So get a lawyer or an agency involved. In my case, I did not use a lawyer. I used an agency called 10K. That's TENNK. And they were brilliant. They did an excellent job. They were very knowledgeable staff. And one of the benefits of using an agency is they know everything that you need to do in order to actually get here successfully. So they helped with finding a school. They helped me with the application to the school. They helped with actually have relationships with some of the schools already. So like the one I go to, UCW, they have a personal relationship with the school. So we were actually able to attend live sessions where we spoke to persons from the school, mostly listened because they gave a lot of good information. And then if we had questions after, we were able to ask them live. So that was brilliant. So yeah, benefit, as I said, is the expert knowledge. They can actually give you the practical steps that you can take in order to make sure that your application to the High Commission is actually successful. So I can tell you about my process a little bit more. So at the time, so I don't know why I'm saying at the time, I don't own a house. I no longer own a car. I sold my car before I got here to help to put some of the money together. I was relatively new in my job, was only there for about a year. I do have my bachelor's degree. I am over 30. I have no children. I'm not married. What else do they look for in the CSR ranking? I'm just thinking about that to kind of categorize myself. But yeah, that's pretty much some of who I am. I've been out of university for 11 years. Yeah. So two of the areas where I was weakest in my application process, which were identified by the agent from 10K, were family ties and, well, this one I kind of figured out myself, the employment opportunities. I had another friend who didn't get through. He's he's a professor. He's a professor. He did a really good job. He's married, has his house, wife, kids, everybody, like way more settled than me. And they told him, the High Commission told him that he didn't have enough job prospects. So when I saw that, I was like, if he doesn't have enough job prospects, what are they going to say about me? So what I did was I reached out to my manager. Big up yourself, Roberto Smith, unit manager, Sagicor Life. If you guys need insurance, you can reach out to me. I'll share his contact information. Yeah, he's amazing. He's very knowledgeable about all the products. Sorry, he can help you to find what's suitable for you to make sure that you don't leave your family in debt at any point, and to make sure that you're living a good life while you're still here. So yeah, big up Roberto. Yeah, so I reached out to my unit manager and I asked him to write a letter of recommendation for me, because he did mention several times that, you know, he saw me as a teacher and he saw me as moving into management eventually. So I was like, okay, well, if you see that and you're my manager, then I can, you know, show this to the High Commission to say, hey, I do have job prospects. So thank you for that letter, Roberto. All right, so what I did regarding the family ties or ties to Jamaica, what I did was have my mother, father, older sister, younger sister, and my partner write letters of support for me to say, you know, how much they love me, what an awesome person I am. They spoke about my character, about my background, educational and societal background, and that basically established ties to the country because they spoke about the fact that, you know, I'm of good character and they do expect me to return to Jamaica, which I intend to do next year. Can't wait. Yeah. Anyways, no, is it no, I'm going this year. Yeah, for vacation this year. Yeah. All right. So that actually, you know, I really think that's what helped me to get through. That outpouring of support and people vouching for me that, you know, I'm of decent character. Yeah. All right. So that was number 2. Get in contact with a lawyer agency. They'll make the process super easy to understand as well. And they'll find those different gaps. I can tell you at some points I did become frustrated with the process because I thought it was just taking too long. But I think if we had rushed it, if I had submitted my application and I thought I was ready at any other points I thought I was ready, I don't think I would have gotten through. So if you do start to become frustrated, just remember these people are professionals. They know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. They know the things that you need to adjust to make your application stronger, so that you do get that yes the first time, or the second time, or but eventually you do get that yes. um, just remembering, I also needed to show financial statements. So the statements I got from the bank, they were specifically addressed to the High Commission. So it's not just a regular statement. The banks, if you specify, let them know the purpose of the records you're looking for, they will tell you, they will give you the type, the type that you need, that is specifically addressed to the High Commission or to whichever embassy. Alrighty. Alright, so that was spent a lot of time on that point, but that was really important for me, and as I said, that's what got me through. All right, so step 3, once you do find some schools that you like, you want to check the admissions criteria to make sure that you do qualify. You want to know the GPA that's required, language proficiency that's required, if you need to do any tests like the IELTS or the TOEFL, or if you need to get together any documents like transcripts from your old school, letters of recommendation, essays, etc. And also you want to find a school, in my opinion, that offers PG, keep forgetting the name of this, postgraduate work authorization, I think, PGWA. I'm going to put the correct name on the screen. But basically what that does is it ensures that after you finish school, you can stay in the country for a period of time. So in that time you can decide, what steps you want to take next. In my case, just so far, I am loving Canada. I can see the opportunities. I can see how things can go for me. So I am considering permanent residency when I'm finished. So yeah, that period after my degree is done, my master's degree is done, it's going to come in really handy for, further settling into the country. All right, step number 4. As I mentioned, you will need to apply for admission to the school, and you'll need to apply for a study permit. So as I mentioned, the company 10K, they helped me with all of this, but these are things that you can do yourself. So just make sure you do your proper research, find out what documents the schools need from you, and then of course the Canadian government lists out exactly what they need from you in terms of applying for your study permit. Alrighty, so the next step 5, is prepare to move to Canada. So once you get your letter from the government saying that you did get through, I'm gonna say though, that letter, it's not gonna be very straightforward and clear in my opinion. It's like they're saying, yeah, you kind of get through, but we can still tell yourself to go on your yard. Yeah, it's like they're saying yes, you kind of got through, but not entirely, not until you get to the country. So actually it's not until you land in Canada that you'll get the official study permit, but you'll get the visa in your passport obviously before you do come. So I'll read a part of what this letter says. You'll hear more about this letter in my immigration story, but it's basically it says, bring this letter of introduction with you to Canada. It has information that the Canada Border Services will use to issue your permit. So as I said, it doesn't necessarily say, hey, you have been successful, whatever. It actually says that the final decision to issue a study permit and allow you to enter Canada is made after an examination by an officer in Canada. And I am telling you, that process for me was rough, partially due to my own fault. I'm going to show you something. This highlight section there, that was made by the agents at the border. Oh my god, flashbacks, traumatized. But I made it. I'm here. I made it. Yes. All right. So back to preparing for your move to Canada. Make sure you have all your documentation ready, your study permit, your passport, admission letter. Make sure that you research housing before you come to Canada. At least start doing your research. I tried so hard to find somewhere for months. My best friend helped me. I think my mom helped. Tally helped. Alex helped. Like, I got so much help and I wasn't able to find something that I thought was suitable. So just start looking. At least you can understand what the housing market is like, what the prices are like. If you're coming to British Columbia, it will be. If you're coming to British Columbia, it will be pretty warm, which is an advantage. However, it is expensive. It's expensive here, so you may want to look around just to make sure that the trade-off that you're making is the one that you're actually willing to live with for the period of your degree. So when you're looking at housing options, apart from the prices, try to find somewhere that's near to your university. So right now, if you have been watching my vlogs, you'll see that I have moved from Vancouver to Port Coquitlam. Vancouver, I was paying $800 to share a room, and by a room I mean a bedroom with someone that I did not know. Yes. So wrap your mind around that, the idea that the cost of housing is quite expensive, and you may end up in a situation where you may have to share a bedroom for even a period of time before you settle in. Because as I said, I was trying to find a house from Jamaica that did not work out, and on the second day of being in my Airbnb, which I recommend that you do if you haven't found a house from in Jamaica, and I don't recommend that you send money to people that you do not know. Do not send your money abroad to a foreign country to people that you don't know. That's my recommendation. If you're rich and you want to throw away your money, you can do that. But if you're not wealthy and have money to waste, and you're not willing to get scammed, I would say don't do that. Right, so I stayed in an Airbnb. I booked it for 3 nights just in case I didn't find anything immediately when I got to Canada. So sorry about that. So I booked an Airbnb for 3 nights, and by I think night 2, I'm gonna say by day 3, no, by day 2, yeah, by day 2. This is also in vlog 1, where I was like half asleep. I was traveling for a long time, but yeah, I booked an Airbnb just to make sure I had somewhere to stay, and then I found somewhere on the second day, and I moved immediately. I didn't even stay the next night in the Airbnb. I just moved because I did not want to lose that place. And now I'm in Port Coquitlam. I have my own bedroom now, much better situation, but it's much further out. So there's always going to be some kind of trade-off that you have to make, whether it's the rental price or the distance, or sharing facilities, or there's going to be something. So just think about your personality type, and what would work for you, what would make you comfortable. But just know that you're not always going to be comfortable if you're making a big move like this. Sometimes if you want good, your nose have to run. You're going to be put in uncomfortable situations sometimes, if it is that you're trying to make a better life for yourself. Okay, right, so the bonus tip: go on Facebook and look up your school and try to join a group of students who will be sharing a similar situation to you, similar story to you, where they're moving from their country, going to a new country, Canada specifically, and try to find a group of persons that are coming to your school around the same time that you're coming. So that will help to make the process, the transition, a little easier for you, smoother for you. And some of them have WhatsApp groups. I joined a few WhatsApp groups, and that is how I found the place that I actually stayed at initially, and kind of how I found the second place as well. So apart from finding housing, some of them can help you to find jobs once you get to Canada, and some will just help you with orienting yourself to your new school or to life in Canada overall. So there you have it, my recommendations based on my personal experience on how you can move to Canada fast, especially through school. I hope you found this video useful. If it is that you are thinking about it and you have additional questions, please leave them down in the comment section. If you think I left anything out of the process, Comment down below, share. We're building a community together, so if you have any useful information, please leave it down there and start a conversation in the comment section as well. I'll try to answer all the questions as I see there. I'll do my research and come back to answer whichever ones I don't have the answer to already. If I miss anything and you know the answer, just jump in and fill in for me. Thank you. So yeah, thanks for your time today. Share this video with a friend. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like the video so that you can help me to reach my goal so that you can help me. But yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by December. I'm going to ask for what I want and putting it out there. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with other persons who you think will find it relevant. I want to help as many people as I can to find information easier, because it was a little difficult for me. But yeah, as I said, this will be an extensive series, so just keep watching. I'll release a new video every single week. I release a new vlog every single week as well, so you can see what life is like here in Canada. Thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and big up on yourself. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye bye for now and take care.